Do you love creating mermaids, or would you love more mermaids to create with? These are my Mermaid Shimmering pastels. See the gorgeous mermaid tail in there? So this is Make a Splash. The other colorway is fixative. But they don't just look beautiful, they're a fantastic pastel for you to use in your artwork now. Mermaid Shimmering pastels can be used on whatever paper color you'd like. In this example, I want to show them to you on top of black gesso. Gesso has a chalky kind of surface. Even though it is jet black, it does have a little bit of texture to it, which makes it even better for pastels to sit on top of. And because these I have a metallic sheen to them, as with anything with any kind of glimmer or metallic on a dark surface, just makes it extra magical. I'm going to use some of the eyes from my Tin of Glances set, and I'm using some of my squid ink. I'm using the beluga white for one set of eyes, and the other set of eyes I'm going to use in the beautiful gold bullion, which is quite a bright, attention-getting gold. So I'm going to pop those eyes down and then just create around them. That's why I love those stamps from that Tin of Glances so much. They're so handy. Next, I'm going to use one of my baton blenders. I like to think of these as like a clean finger that you've always got right there. And it sort of has that same level of control that you do get with your fingertips. And I'm just continuing the hair out. I love to draw and create flowing hair when I draw my whimsical girls, and I'm just setting the ears on the side of the face as well, just to give a little bit of structure, as is very often the case when I create in an art journal, which is what I'm using here, one of my own mixed media art journals. I don't exactly know where I'm going. I have an idea. All right, I'm going to use the eye stamp, and then I want to use, I want to use that beautiful black background, and I want to put these beautiful shimmering pastels on here for you. But apart from that, I really don't know what's going to happen. So this is what's happening. I'm using each of the colors just to showcase these gorgeous shimmering pastels for you, and just how much fun they are to create with. So I'm using them to draw with here. What's fun about pastels is that they're not a perfect medium. They are a very loose, a very freeing, I feel very free when I'm creating with them, because they're basically a powder. Now the formula of these is very similar to my beautiful palette pastels. They've been made, it's inspired by eyeshadow, but they've been made for us artists to use in our artwork. And this is the second color set, just what's going on in the background. So these are all warm colors, and the last set, which was the Make a Splash, is all cool colors with silver. And these are the warm colors with the gold base, and then all of those beautiful other colors. And as you can see on the gesso, which isn't much of a rough surface, it's just mildly rough, but it's enough to grab the gorgeous pastels. And on the right side of the page, you can see the color tests. They are all of my palette pastels, all the different 4 sets sitting there. Those gorgeous colors. One of my favorite things in the world is adding cheeks to my artwork. To me, that's when they start to have life. And I'm not sure if you could see that. It happened kind of quickly. I've mixed the colors on my batten blender. Beautiful thing about those little batten blenders is you can use the brush buff or just clean them in water. The brush buff just gets it extra clean, which is my little cleaning set, but you can wash them and keep reusing them, for ages. You'll get tons of use out of them. And because each of them has 4 sides plus the edges, you've got lots of creative options there as well. So I'm adding several of those colors to the cheeks. So it has that very artistic feel, and it's all just grown out of basically those 2 eye stamps, and I'm really enjoying these very loose figures. Now, any of that extra pastel that I've got in the background, I can just get rid of that with an eraser, or even just adding a little bit of water on a paintbrush. I can lift that off if I want to. I also just used a little bit, as I'm using here, one of my ultimate pens. This color is called Silver Screen, and it is a metallic. It's waterproof, and it will write up on top of just about everything. If you've got a really thick application of pastel, there's nothing really for it to grab onto, so that might struggle a little bit there, but you can get it to just about go on top of anything, especially because it has a brush tip. Once I've finished, and I'm keeping this loose and free, this is my art journal, I'm not into perfection, I can add a little bit of fixative. That just helps stick that pastel to the paper. You can use cheap hairspray, but a matte fixative is the better option. You can find these gorgeous Mermaid shimmering pastels at janedavenport.com and super awesome arty retailers.